What is up, people? Terry here with Blunt Trips, coming to you from Fairmont Cemetery. Of course, I have been here a few times. If you've watched my channel for a little while, I covered this grave actually right here. She was a victim of the Chuck E. Cheese shooting. I also included a grave over here, which I'm actually out here right now to check on, to make sure it's not vandalized, because people do vandalize this grave a lot for some reason. This is Isaiah Shoels. He was a victim of the Columbine shooting, and a few of you have asked me to actually come out here and get footage of his grave. I do come out here regularly, so this time I got some footage for you guys. Isaiah was, as I said, a victim of the Columbine shooting. He was the only black victim. I do know his parents thought it was a racially motivated attack. Investigations later showed that that wasn't the case, although there was a racist comment yelled to him just before he was murdered. Either way, when I was covering the Columbine story, I got really close to his story of all of them for some reason. So I come out here regularly just to make sure his grave's looking good, that nobody's vandalized it. Again, this is section 68 at Fairmont Cemetery, and I have been out here a couple times before. I'm actually out here hunting a grave right now for another case I'm doing today. Another murder victim that was young and killed by a gun, and ironically buried out here in section 68 at Fairmont Cemetery. Now again, I covered Isaiah's grave out here in 68. I covered Colleen's grave over there out here in section 68. There was also another murder victim that I covered, if you watch my Colorado's Dead Man Walking series part 2, the 4th of July. There was another murder victim that's over here somewhere. Can't remember exactly where his grave was. I've spent a lot of time out here at this cemetery, but it's somewhere over here. And if you watch that episode, again, that's Colorado's Dead Men Walking Part 2, the 4th of July murder. You'll be able to see that grave, which was also out here in section 68 as well. But today, I'm looking for a different grave. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode so I can start my next one and tell you who I'm here for. So, till next episode, stay cool, fuckers. And by the way, if you didn't see the episode before, the 4th of July, Colorado's Dead Man Walking Part 2 series, this was the third shooting victim, young shooting victim that's buried out here in 68 that I've covered so far. But today, I'm going to go ahead and get the fourth one for another episode for y'all. What is up, fuckers? Terry here from Blunt Trips. I am coming to you from Fairmont Cemetery. I am also racing this wind that's picking up from this storm that's heading my way. So let me tell you why I'm here real quick. I am in section 68 at Fairmont. Again, I have covered 3 other young shooting victims right in this very section. But today, I am talking to you about Alan Michael Connor. Alan was 18 years old when he was shot and killed at a King Super here in Aurora, Colorado. Alan and two of his friends were at King Super shopping, and when they came out, they had an altercation with this killer whose name I will provide. I know it was Terry something. I will have it during editing. I don't have my information out here because of the wind. I didn't want it to be blown away. So, but anyways, he was murdered at a King Super. Another young victim to gun violence. His two friends were also shot and wounded, but both survived. I will also have their names in editing for you. Now, I did try to contact Alan's sister. Of course, I did it a little late, so I haven't heard back from her, but I was hoping to get some insight on who Alan Connor was, what he enjoyed, and any information his sister was able to tell me, but I've yet to hear back from her. Of course, it's only been a few hours, so hopefully I do. If so, I'll be able to include that information in this video. If not, I tried. I definitely wanted y'all to know who Alan Connor was. You know, I've been out to this section of the cemetery now this is my 4th episode, just in section 68, and this is a very large cemetery. Very, very large. There is over 70 famous cases out here alone. And who knows how many murder cases. I know I've covered now. This is my 4th one, as I said. But when you do this and you see a pattern, you start to ask yourself, why? Why so many young victims all cramped up in one spot? I mean, is there that many young people getting shot that no matter where you turn the cemetery, you'll find one? Now, I've actually, if you watch my other episodes that I've did out here, the Colorado Dead Men Walking Part 2, the Colorado Dead Men Walking Part 1, both of them had victims out here, both those episodes, as well as the Columbine. If you watch them, you'll see that even in them videos, I have footage of other graves that I ended up covering later on, and they're all young victims, all shooting victims. So, anyways, just a lot of young people being put in the dirt by guns. Unnecessary. It's unnecessary, and I hope someday we can stop this bullshit. But anyways, this is Alan M. Connor, and this is where he will lay for eternity. Alright, I'm going to wrap this episode up because I still have another one to finish up out here. A really famous person, actually. But a quick glimpse around the cemetery and just in section 68. And then I'm going to go ahead and head on over to my next case. Again, it's beautiful out right now. That wind is starting to pick up. Very rare that I actually get a clear day when I shoot footage, but I got lucky this morning. Anyways, as I said, I'm going to wrap this one up. I am Terry. You are watching Blunt Trips, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Y'all stay cool, fuckers.